That's the way you walk when you walk over there. Boom. All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a Wednesday. It is Wednesday, November 9th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your wacky Wednesday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by your friends right here at bballpicks.com. We're going to be using the site here today. I'm going to make all my selections using bballpicks.com. Same thing with hockeypicks.com. And hopefully you had a good night in hockey. I know some of them had a rough night. I couldn't believe I saw the Houndman 8-0-11. You know what? I can feel that because I went 5-6. So did Rory Bashnik, Mike Anthony 4-7, and the dogs are barking in NHL. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna have a little Ron's rant today on the markets, and not just the stock or crypto markets, but the overall general investing markets. I'm going to talk about that. Also, we're going to use the ATS calculator to use the college football games tonight, also NBA, and we're going to use also the NHL. So it's going to be a site dedicated to the network sites here today, but you don't want to miss that. Also, ParlayCalculator.com. Don't forget, you can always use the Parlay Calculator to calculate all those winners, and hopefully you're using the Parlay Calculator. All you got to do is go to ParlayCalculator.com, put in the amount of money you want to risk for your parlay, hit the calculate button, and then it'll give you the payout, and hopefully it works out for you like it did some of our members here at atsstats.com. In the Raymond Report, we had somebody hit, I think it was like an 11-team parlay last week. I think it was F had a big payout. He was smiling like a butcher's dog last week because he did cash out. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. My name is Ron Raymond. I'm a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. 2 degrees here in the nation's capital. It is blue skies, sunny, and it's a beautiful day, and looking forward to bringing you the show today. In 2009, I wrote the book, Ron Raymond's 50 Sports Betting Secrets. You can get this book right here at atsstats.com. All you got to do is go to Tools, and once you get the Tools, go to 50 Greatest Sports Betting Secrets, and right there you'll see, and I add 30 bonus tips into the book, and you want to check it out. atsstats.com. Also running a promotion right now at atsstats.com, putting the promo code ATS25, and I'll show you how it's done. You go to the website, and once you hit the sign up button, and let me just go like this, and then at the scroll down to the bottom, and you're gonna see right here the promo code. Put in promo code ATS25, and you will get 25% off any of the packages right here. So let's say you want to do $24.99. Put in promo code ATS25. Hit apply. You got to hit apply, and then you're going to see the numbers changes right there. And the monthly membership is $18.74, and you want the year package. It's $99. But when you put in the promo code ATS25, you will get $25 off, and you get access to the entire kit and caboodle right here at atsstats.com, which includes my members pick. All right, I see the bullpen is roaring into the chat box. I see Mitchell Watson, the first one in. Good morning, Coach. Good morning, YouTube crew. I like this kind of party. He does like this kind of party, so he wants a little Mike Singletary to start off the day.
Hey, baby, we're going to be here all day. We're going to be here all day, baby. I like this kind of party.
Yeah, I like this kind of party. I love that soundbite. Good morning, Coach. Good morning, classmates. Hello, Ray. Winnipeg showed me the money. Yeah, Winnipeg showed us the money last night.
Show me the money!
And congratulations if you did have the Winnipeg Jets. And hello, everyone, to the bullpen from our good friend from Lisbon, Portugal. That is Rui Pedro Nagaria, and he's in here each and every week. Brent Vianney, hey, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, a little yeah, baby right there.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. There you go, Brent. Top of the morning to Isaiah Moore from Minnesota. Pele J's in the house. Good morning, Pele. And good morning, Coach and crew. Waiting for my tires to get changed. Yeah, you know what? I said that to my wife yesterday. I said, it's getting a little nippy here. I think better call the garage and start booking my appointment. Get my 20-point check and the oil change, and walking around Walmart, says Isaiah Moore. Yeah, you know what? When you're waiting for your car and the tires get changed, there's a good time to go and browse a bit, right? Ray, do you know how your ATS stats and NBA correct score is hitting? The percentage? No, I couldn't tell you. Actually, you know what? Maybe I can. Let me go. So, there she is, my good friend from Chicago.
Put that coffee down.
Coffee's for closers, and Gloria K is in the house. Good morning, Gloria K. In fact, I thought about you yesterday because I was watching Mad Money with Jim Cramer last night, and they had the CEO from Portillo's, and they had it was a mobile truck. I don't know if you guys watched that yesterday, but they had the CEO from Portillo's, and he was talking about his company, and right away I thought of my good friend in Chicago, and that was Gloria K. Marvin Orange is in the house. Let's get into the money here. Let's get this money. Yeah, let's get that straight cash, homie.
Straight cash, homie.
Yeah, Marvin Orange. And good morning, Marvin, for tuning into the Rain Report. Appreciate you. Juice Box is in the house. Pele J needs a soundbite. That's a cool name. Yeah, we need to get Pele. We need to get him like. Let me see here. What would be a good soundbite for Pele J? Let me see here. Yeah, I'll come up with one. Or maybe how about this?
If you smell
What Pele J is cooking. There you go. Speaking of The Rock, I went and saw Black Adams on Monday. What a good movie. Hey, Rock was all serious in that movie. I don't know. I like a fun Rock. Hey, I like a fun Rock. I don't like a serious Rock. He was too serious. But very good movie. Black Adam, if you get to see it. Panger Life is in the house. And Panger Life. And as you guys know, I'm a quarterback coach by night. When I moonlight, I'm also a football coach. If you like football and you coach football and you want to learn about quarterbacks, I have a site here called Capital QBs. If you go to the website, Capital QB, so QBS.com, I got some good articles. Yesterday, I wrote a good article on what makes a great quarterback, right? And talk about the mental attributes of the quarterback, the physical attributes, and it's a pretty good article. And the one thing with my quarterback school, when I'm trying to really take the next step, is the mental side of a quarterback, right? And I'm going to incorporate more virtual class sessions this year, and looking, like I always say, like I said in this article, right? Quarterbacks, the game of football is 90% mental, 10% physical. And it's not just about, cones. Hey, I know my good friend Bien Trabajo is, when you go to, like, say, camps and all that, it's a lot of cones and a lot of, physical. But I'm trying to really take the next step in my quarterback school and take the virtual, the mental aspect of the game. And I have some really great things going on here, and I can't wait to show you guys. But I know you guys, I'm a football coach, and I just wanted to show you this website that I've been working on. Well, actually, it's been up since 2011, but I just redid the website, and I got some great stuff. So check it out, capitalqbs.com, and I'll be I'm starting the school in January, so I'm really pumped about that, training some quarterback here in the Ottawa area. All right, let's look at the show here today. And we're going to take a look. Happy Hump Day. Mark Nation's in the house. I love it, says Pele J. Yeah, Pele J likes his new soundbite, eh?
if you smell
What Pele J is cooking, eh? What do you got cooking up here today, Pele J? Hopefully it's some winners. All right, speaking of winners, let's get to the sports betting 101 of the golden rules of sports betting. And as you can see, we always talk about the fundamentals, and just like football, EDD, the everyday drills, we're going to talk about value, percentage play, performance cycles, and you know what? The percentage play these days, not too good, hey, but there's the performance cycles, right? We're looking at the cycles, what kind of market we're in, and I'm going to elaborate that in just a few minutes in the SBI. Player availability, I don't care who's injured, who's available to play. That's the only thing that really matters, right? And we use a disciplined money management system, and you can check that system out here at atsstats.com. Today on the show, you're going to hear me talk about A, B, and C-type teams. A-type teams are 60 or higher win percentage. B-type teams in the Rain Report are 50 to 59.9. And C-type teams, well, one of the rules about C-type teams.
No, you don't do that.
Yeah, you don't do that. You don't bet on C-type teams. And we'll look at that today. In the cycle department, we're going to look at teams that are bullish, neutral, and bearish. And if you're into the investment market right now, you just want to shut everything down mentally, and just watch sports. Because if you watch the stock market, the crypto market, the investment market, yeah, you'll be kind of I don't know, not depressed. I don't want to bring down the show, but not a fun time to be an investor, right? Unless you're a sports betting investor making money. All right, Pele J equals Randy Moss, straight cash, homie.
Straight cash, homie.
Yeah, he likes the straight cash. Morning all, it's a Maine's World. Jermaine Brown's in the house. Good morning, it's a Maine's World. And yeah, it is a hump day. It is a wacky Wednesday. And don't forget, you can always review the top 10 commandments. If you look in the description, there's a link. Come to this page and you get to see. It's a good page if you are new to sports betting and you want to learn some of the thou shall nots and the money management tips. And here's a money management tip for you. Let's say in your last 20 bets, you're a $10 better, and you've hit 50%. You're down $10. You're down $10. If you've hit 11 out of 10, you're up to $11. And if you've won 12 of 8, you're up $32, right? So just a little idea on how tough it is to make $32, right? You got to win 12 of your 20 bets in the 11-10 rule department, and hopefully it makes you a winner. Speaking of making money in the investment, right? I seen yesterday there's a lot of great articles about DraftKings and public sports books and stuff like that, and I don't like to involve politics in my show because then it goes south in a hurry, right? But the thing is, and I'll just leave it at this: when I thought, when DraftKings first came in, what was the first instinct that you have when they came in, right? They were a DFS site. They were a daily fantasy sports site, and with competition, and I said it since day one. You know how, if you want to keep your players, education is the best process. Education instead of saturation, right? And remember, I talked about this with Ross Benjamin a couple of weeks ago, and I said, Ross, and I think Ross didn't kind of agreed with me, but he was like on the other side. When you educate your clients and your sports bettors, what you're doing is you're giving them tools to use in the toolbox. And wouldn't you rather have your players stay with you? Like, say if a recreational player signs up, puts $100, and using the 11-10 rule right here, imagine a recreational player comes in, loses 40% of his bankroll, $55 on the weekend, he's down $15. And that's only going 8 and 12, right? And that's just in one weekend. So if you do 15, and let's say after a month, he's probably gone, right? He's probably gone if he's on a losing streak. But when you educate your clients, your market, and you this in-game betting, prop betting, everything, there's a saturation of, it's like going to an open buffet, right? There's everything you want to eat. You just don't know what you want to eat, but you're going to try everything, and it's probably not good for you, but you're going to do it anyways, right? It's the same thing in sports betting. I feel less is more, and when you give too much options to the betting public, you're giving them a quicker way to go broke, a quicker way to stop betting. And it's just my opinion. What do I know, right? Only been around here 26 years, and I think less is more, but there's a saturation in this market, and I think I can see through the numbers, through some of my websites that I've seen, there's starting to be a little bit of decline. Everybody gets all gung-ho starting a football season, but you're seeing a little bit of a decline when it comes to the numbers who visit websites, right? To visit the website. I don't know the handles of the sports book, but when recreational bettors, when they start in September, what do you think the percentage of them still betting in November, right? Education is the process. Education over saturation. That's the key word that I use. And I know I'm getting on a little bit of a heavy a rant right here, but you don't ask the mechanic to cut your hair, right? And that's where I feel that some of these sports books who got into the market are just not getting really proper advice on how to run a business. Anyway, I think it's important to get that out there and start that conversation, because I think in the next 6 months, once the football starts dwindling down, you're going to start seeing a lot of changes in this industry. All right. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get on to the SBI. Oh no, before we do that, we always go and feed the ponies, right? Appreciate it, says the Pay Late J.
1 minute to post time, approaching the gate.
We're at the Post today, and they're going to be at Churchill Downs, not Churchill Downs. Yeah, they're off and running today at Churchill Downs in Lexington, Kentucky, or Louisville, Kentucky. I think, is it Louisville, Kentucky, Churchill Downs, or Lexington? I can't remember. It's one of those two. I know it's in Kentucky. Today at Churchill Downs, it's a $15,000 maiden claiming race, 1 p.m. post time, 7 furlongs on the dirt. And today in race number 1 at Churchill Downs, we are going to recommend the number 4 horse, Azuro, with J. Rocco Jr. in the saddle. And the number 2 horse, Gus Gus. Hey, that's a cool name for a horse. Hey, Gus Gus. Number 2, 9-2 morning line. In fact, Azuro is also 9-2. Number 1, Scotch No Rocks with LeBron in the saddle in the number 1 horse, Scotch No Rocks. And the Joker's play, the value play of the day, is the 6 horse, Private Connie, with Arietta in the saddle on Private Connie, 15-1 morning line. But I'm going to go with the number 2 horse today, Gus Gus, at 9-2 morning line with BJ Hernandez. And what you want to do, if you're going to bet Gus Gus, put $10 to win, $10 to place on the 2. This way, if Gus Gus comes in first, you get paid twice. Comes in first, it comes in first, you get paid twice. Comes in second, you get paid once, which is also nice. And you can bet all the races today at Churchill Downs using the Raymond Report tip sheet right here at atsstats.com. All right, let's get to the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and keeping a money management theme, keeping a market theme, and looking at the SBI, the Sports Betting Index. And hopefully you guys played the what was the pick that I gave yesterday? It was a Ball State plus 11. Hopefully you guys were able to cash in on that and looking at the markets. And the reason I say that is because we're looking at underdogs right now. And let's look at the NHL underdogs so far. And as Norm Peterson would say,
it's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
Yeah, I'm wearing milk-bone underwears, and this is why when I talk about sports betting, and especially right now in the NHL, depending on what type of bettor you are you a favorite bettor? Are you an underdog bettor? If you're an underdog bettor, well, you're doing really well right now because the underdogs are coming in. But the one thing with underdogs is that they don't come in at a high percentage play. When you think about sports betting and about winning, what's the number one goal we want here?
I want winners.
It's about winning, right? You don't come into sports betting thinking, you know what, I'm in a charity event and I want to give my money to the sports book. No, it's not about that. It's about investing with confidence, investing and making money, investing about picking your cycles, picking your spots, and knowing, that the pick that you're going to be and what type of bettor are you, right? And this is why I preach here on this show each and every day. And look at the crypto market yesterday with all the stuff going on in the investment markets in that department, right? It's people are getting their what time to them, right? And you got to have a tolerance of investment tolerance. How much are you willing to afford to lose? How much you want to win? But at the end of the day, you got to come in here knowing that, okay, I got a certain amount of bankroll. What type of player am I? Am I an investor or am I a gambler, right? And I say it all the time. If you're an investor, that means you're not betting every day. That means you're picking your spots, and you got maybe 2 accounts like I do. Like when I wager on sports, I look at my beer and pizza money. This is the money I can afford to lose. And then I got my investment money where I got to be a little bit more careful and pick my spots. And this is why with my investment money, and think about this, right? What's your unit, right? And when I talk about 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, and if your one unit is like say $100, well then if you go 5 units, that's $500, right? If you go 3 units, that's $300, and then you're starting to that's a pretty serious money right there for some people, right? But if you're beer and pizza money, what's your beer and pizza money? It could be $2, it could be $3, it could be $4, and the thing is, you got to really determine what type of investor am I? Am I a beer and pizza money person, or am I a real sports investor, right? And if I am a sports investor, when am I going to invest in the market? If I'm a real sports investor, am I an underdog investor? Am I a favorite investor? And determine when's the right time as a sports investor to enter the market when I want to really hammer, right? If you're a favorite bettor right now, like I am, now's not a good time to start investing when we're in a volatile underdog market in the NHL. If you look at the NHL, 69% of the underdogs have been cashing in the last 3 days, 73% yesterday. On the 7-day average, we're in a 54% if you're a favorite bettor and you're waiting for your spot, this is not a good time in the market. You know, we always talk about time the market. Now's not a good time to bet favorites in the NHL markets, right? So little, sports betting 101. It's the same thing in cryptocurrency, right? Now's, with the volatility in the crypto, now's a good time to, some people will say, okay, no, now's the best time because, the market are down, but we don't know if the bottom's in yet, right? So I think if you're in the crypto investor, maybe it's not a good time. If you're into the stock market looks a little bit more stable, obviously, than the crypto market. So now will probably be a good time to buy some of those stocks, but nothing crazy until you get stability, and that's what the markets don't like. The markets don't like, some people do. So, the riskier investors love the volatility because this is where, when there's blood in the streets, you make money, right? But it's the same type of mentality you gotta have in sports betting, right? Reeling it all back to sports betting and looking at the NHL. Look at the underdogs. Like right now, if you want to really sleep well at night, just bet your beer and pizza money. That's the best thing I can tell you right now because the NHL.
Holy cow!
Yeah, it's holy cow right now. It's all hands on deck. And NHL, look at this: 8-3 yesterday, 2-1, 2-1, 9-5. 8-5, and the last 7 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 candles favoring the underdogs. So we are not in a very good market. Obviously, the sports book, they're smiling like a butcher's dog because you know what? They're making money because they know recreational players and the most of the market are basically chalk players, right? So the books are really doing well, especially in the NFL too, right? So you got to pick your spots, and hopefully this helps you, right? And just. I say it all the time, and I know I repeat myself a lot here, but at the end of the day, what's your objective? Hey, make it to a cash out Monday, and I'll say it again. When was the last time, be honest, when was the last time you really cashed out and you cashed out your money and you had a good day and you cashed it out and you feel good and you left some money in and you're betting with house money, right? At the end of the day, why do you do this, right? You're doing it to either have fun. If you do it, then you're okay to lose your beer and pizza money. Or if you're trying to make money, have a game plan, right? What does Mike Singletary say?
Our formula is this. We go out, we hit people in the mouth.
Yeah, go out there and hit in the mouth. Or as Mike Tyson would say, everybody has a game plan until they get hit in the mouth. All right, so that is the NHL. Now's not a good time, and this is why you watch this show and you probably watch this segment and you go, this SBI, this is boring. Like I go get coffee when he talks about it. You shouldn't go get coffee when I do the SBI. The SBI should really be where you say to yourself, okay, what kind of volatility are we involved here today? What's the market like? Are the favorites coming in? Who's who in the zoo, right? I always say that. Who's who in the zoo? What's coming in? And be careful out there and understand what you're getting yourself into because right now in the NHL, it's still way wide open, right? There's a lot of teams out there, Ottawa, Calgary, that are just scratching their heads saying, you know what? On paper, we look like $1,000, but we play like $10, right? The Ottawa Senators. I think I'm in Ottawa, and I can tell you the panic button in this city is getting ready. These guys are starting to get ready because they thought, and remember I said, hey, yeah, we went out, got Claude Giroux, we went out to Brinkett, we got Talbot. I said, but guys, I just know from my experience, and then you go to the tape. Hey, go to the tape in September. I know this is you got to be careful. Eventually, when you do this type of stuff, you're thinking, on paper it looks great. It very rarely happens. The Mets this year is probably one good example that it worked out, right? All right. Anyways, I'm getting on the big rant here on a wacky Wednesday. It's supposed to be a fun Wednesday, and I'm getting all serious on you guys, eh? What the hell's up with that?
What the hell's going on out there?
All right, appreciate it. Good morning. A bullpen, one off again of the parlay. Shake my head. Show me the pearls, baby. Now I use FanDuel for my want to be a junkie and my local casino for my premium picks. Yeah, there you go, Brent. That's a good game plan right there. Morning bullpen. Show me the money for my good friend Lee Clark. Yeah, gonna focus on football until at least December, says Demetrius Alexander. And everybody who sits there, what I love about this audience is that, like, I look at the numbers and I see there's not a lot of comments posted, and that's fine. Like in the chat box is great. We got a great, great family in the chat box, and we're meeting here every day. But when you look at the show, and I'm saying, how come there's not a lot of comments? But that's fine. You know what? That means the audience is serious, and it just, from a social aspect, the thing in business, you can't have everything go your way, right? And as long as people watch the show and this audience comes in here for the information and then they get on with their day. And the one thing, if you've been on the internet for a long, long time, and time management, not just in your work or your internet browsing, time management in general overall, right? You can't just sit here all day and just chat all day with people, and then next thing you know, I always remember this. And when I first started this was about 2000 and I want to say it's about 2004, 2005. I was talking to a sports book manager. I won't say the sports book. He was a good friend of mine, but we're talking, and he goes, Ron, you know what? I got to get off these forums. And this is when posting forums were really good, right? But back in the day, they were really active. There's still some good forums out there. But I remember he used to say, he goes, I got to get off your forum. I got to get off the prescription, the major wager, covers, like all these forums. He goes, I come into work. I'm into work at 6 o'clock. I'm chatting in the forum, and I'm looking, and I look at my watch, and it's 3 o'clock, and I haven't done anything. And it goes like, and it's just every day. And I was saying, I know, we get so caught up in the social aspect that we kind of forget the main objective of doing the show, right? But yeah, you know what? When you come, and this is what I said, I love about this audience. They 10:30, get in, we get out, we're on with our day, and we take the information and we use it. And and you guys that can see in the chat box that you're using some of the knowledge and the experience that I've share with you guys on a daily basis. Use it, don't use it. It's fine. Everybody takes a little bit of piece, right? I always say it's a sports betting system is like a robot. You're trying to put the pieces of the robot together to create your own robot to make some good money, right? And to me, this show, and again, bringing it back to the SBI, you got to understand. Anytime I do something, I do it with thought. In my thought process is that it's going to help you with your sports betting investment, right? It's not just an hour where we just kill the hour and people don't even bet the picks and they go on with their day. No, this is my living. This is what I do, I take it very serious. So whenever I bring things to your attention, it's not because it's just a filler, right? I'm just not a filler. It really has an effect on the macro and micro environment of the sports betting industry. All right, so that is the NHL. Let's go to the NBA and let's see what has come in. And every industry every sport is different, right? When you think of the NHL, you're thinking of money line, right? You're thinking of money line. You're thinking of the puck line. But the NBA, the spread sports, apples and oranges. Like baseball and hockey, you can put those in the apple department, and the other spread sports, NBA, college football, CFL, NFL, those are spread sports. Those are oranges, right? You got to have two. And what do I always say about spread sports? In NHL, Major League Baseball, you know what that's about? It's about one team, there's no two-team parlay type thing. What I mean by that, in the NBA, in the NBA, the favorite, you got to win and cover. That's called a two-team parlay. In Major League Baseball and hockey, you just got to win the game straight up, right? But obviously the deterrent is going to be the money line. All right, let's take a look at the NBA right now. And we had the day off yesterday because of the midterms. And on the 3-day average, 74% of the favorites. Now, see the difference between the NBA and the NHL. So now I'm a favorite bettor. I like to bet favorites, right? And when you talk to handicappers or friends in the industry or even your buddies, and you're saying, "Oh, why do you always take favorites? Why do you always do that?" Well, you know what? The thing with favorites, and I'm talking from my experience, because you'll get into these conversations, they'll say, and you'll start joking with each other, right? You're just a chalk eater. All you do is eat chalk. You want some milk with that chalk and wash down that chalk. All you do is eat chalk all day. Well, you know what chalk does? Chalk gives me a comfort level. That's what favorites do. Favorites give you a sort of a comfort level, right? But it all depends on the market. Time in the market. When is a good time to bet the favorites? When is a good time to bet underdogs if you're an underdog player? And now when it comes to football, it's again, look at the markets, right? If you're an underdog player in the NFL this year, you got to pick your spots. And the thing with the Raymond report that I'm really adjusting, and I say this all the time, the Raymond report is not 100% guaranteed, written in stone. These are the rules you got to do. You got to adjust on the fly. Sometimes you got to tinker with the system to cater to to a win. And that's why sometimes I'll look at the markets and I'll see, like in the football, the C-type teams in the NFL. Sometimes I'll take them on the point spread, right? One of the golden rules that I have: I don't lay points, I'll take the points. And a team like Atlanta has been really good to me. A team like Seattle has been really good to me when it comes to taking the points, right? So if you're going to bet on those C-type teams in the Raymond Report, just understand, tinker the system to your advantage, knowing the market psychology of some of those teams. So those two teams I just mentioned, Atlanta and Seattle, those aren't the darlings of the NFL, right? When you think of the darlings of the NFL, you're thinking of Green Bay, you're thinking of Dallas, you're thinking of Tampa Bay, you're thinking of those high-profile names that make the media all the time. But when you're going to bet those C-type teams, like Seattle's a great example. Not even in football. Look at baseball this year, right? So always remember, market psychology does have an effect on the number. There's an adjustment. People say all the time, favorites right off the bat, you got to give yourself like a 1.5 to 3 or 3 point line moving, right? Back 20 years ago, favorites was automatically a 3 point favorite, right? But that number has come down just a bit. That number is now 1.5 because of parity. Parity is a game changer. Parity has changed everything. Sports betting has changed everything. But man, I'm spending a lot of time on the SBI today. But you know what? That's okay. Hey, because at the end of the day,
I want winners.
And that's what we're trying to do here, right? And to be a good show, and to, like, I look at, I've been doing this now for 20 some years, but on the YouTube channel for a couple of years, about maybe 4 or 5 years. And if you're a perfectionist like I am, you don't deal well with mediocrity, right? That's the type of guy I am. It's just, I don't like being average. I got a great thing up here of I don't do well with average. Being average, you want to be great. Like that book, Good to Great. And it's sometimes when you want to be great, it could really drive you nuts. Just, if you're a perfectionist and you get average results, but you want to be great all the time, and you're searching for the constant caramel secret, right? That's what I always say. You're always trying to search for the caramel secret. How do I get over the hump on being, not just good, but being great? And it's a constant fun battle. Like, trying to win all the time is a fun thing, right? But in football, I always say this when I'm coaching football to coaching clinics, or if I'm talking to other coaches, I said, what the hardest thing is about coaching football and really trying to have fun is trying to mix fun with winning. That's one of the biggest challenges in life. It's one of the hardest things to do. How do you have fun and win and put that in the same sentence? I say it all the time. It's one of the hardest things to do in sports. Ask any professional coach in either NHL or any sport, baseball, hockey, basketball, trying to find the winning combination of applying winning with fun. When you think about it, if you have too much fun, then you're really gonna, is that team, if the team is too loose and the environment is too loose, like, look at a team like I don't know, the Lakers, right? They have a lot of great high profile guys, looks like they're a lot of fun guys, but they're not winning. So there's the fun, but where's the winning, right? And how do you bring that up to balance where you can mix winning with fun? And it's a delicate, sometimes you gotta sacrifice fun for winning, because when you're winning, what are you doing? You're working hard. You're putting in the extra work. You're staying up late. You're getting up early. You're in the gym. You're doing the little things to get better, right? And sometimes you sacrifice fun for winning. All right, I don't know, man. I'm just fired up. I need to go coach a team or something, because it's just one of those days. You guys know me. I get on some of these life rants, and it is what it is. All right, so there you go. That is NBA right now. So right now, NBA absolutely crushing it with the favorites. In fact, look at down here. Look at all the green in this column, right? A lot of green in this column for the favorites. But look at this. Hey, here's the thing. Look at the straight up factor right here for NBA. It's all green, but look at it's all red when it comes to the ATS section, right? That's because all the underdogs are absolutely crushing it. Look at that. If you're betting right now, and if you're a favorite better, it's probably not a good time to bet favorites in the NBA, because look at that. On the 7-day average, 50.9. But you think the bookmaker cares? That's exactly their job. Bookmakers doing their job. Look at this. Who's really making money in the NBA? it's the totals better. The NBA bettors who are betting the under. Look at the under right now. 62.4% of the games in the NBA have gone under the total, and wow. And this, again, I'm talking volatility in the crypto space and stock market. It's the same thing in the NBA. The volatility is now in the totals department, right? Look at this. 62.4% last 7 days in NBA have gone under the total. So there's two mindsets. There's one mindset. It's like, okay, all the unders are coming in. Just, ride the gravy train. Just hold the rope, get on the bus, and follow the unders. Or the other mindset, the contrarian mindset, is like, okay, what goes up must come down. I got to go start betting the overs, right? And what do I always say? I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you if it's going to continue like this or if it's going to go over or under. But what I can't control, the toys in my sandbox type thing, is I can control how much money I put on the events, right? And if I choose to sit out because the market is too volatile, that's another thing I can do. I can decide, there's too much volatility in the NBA totals right now. I think the favorites is where you probably want to lean, and depending on your comfort level of your percentage play, this is where you probably go as a premium player with the NBA favorites, right? So one of my rules is I don't lay points. I'll take the points, and if I take the favorites, I'll take them on the money line, right? All right, so there you have it. We just talked 20 minutes for artificial turf. Hey, 5 levels of drinking, 6 if you live in the trailer park. Check it out on YouTube. It's really funny. All right, let's get on with the show. And normally after the SBI, we will talk about. No, we're talking about practice. No, we're not talking about practice, Alan.
We talking about practice.
No, not yet. Not yet. All right, let me see here. What you guys are saying right now? Ron always dropping the pearls. Buster, how you doing there, Buster? Yeah, best show ever, hands down. Thanks, Lee Clark. Appreciate you. Coaches, preaches, pearls, and valuable life lessons. Thanks, Coach. Says the F for fantastic. Yeah, you know what? 54 years old. You've gone through a lot in life. You got to share your experience. So this way, when especially the young bettors come in, right? I always say the one who comes in with all the piss and vinegar, thinking that they're gonna dominate. And they normally do for about 2 days, but then after 3 weeks, 4 weeks, they come back. They go, yeah, I think we better listen here. Ninja 13, why no college basketball? Too much. There's too much. You're talking about on the website. First of all, I don't have the resources or the team to do college basketball. And this time of year, I watch NBA and NHL. It's the only sport I don't have information on is college basketball. Like I've been saying this for 10 years. If I ever got bigger, then if I ever had a team, then I would incorporate the college basketball. But if you do want college basketball, we do. I'm going to talk to my programmer, and we will. It's on ATS Calculator, which I'm going to show here in just a second. All right, NHL Montreal for me tonight, but a C-type team. So yeah, and plus they won last night in Detroit. And this is how it's been going for me in the NHL these days. They losing in a shootout. So far this year, MAC home favorites 4-14-1 against the point spread. Yeah, I've noticed that too. Like on those Wednesday games, like Tuesday, Wednesday games of the MAC, the bookmakers, they're not your friends. Hey, what does Ross Benjamin say? Think like a bookmaker. You don't think the bookmaker knows that on a 2-3 game night that the whole world's going to be betting favorites? That's why I told you guys yesterday the of all the games last night, I liked the was it Ball State, I think I said plus was it plus 11? Yeah, and they lost by 7. So hopefully you guys were able to get that. NBA laying the points with Sacramento and Atlanta to win. I'm thinking of the Lakers, as Ray says, my uncomfortable pick. Everyone is expecting Clippers to win, but I don't know. You know what? Yeah, so what Rui Pedro Nogueira is saying right there, in sports betting, you probably do this every weekend in the NFL. When you go look at the board, you're saying, man, you know what? And I do this a lot with Atlanta these days. Not so much with Seattle, because I do trust Seattle, but Atlanta, yeah. When I take Atlanta, I just grab the Pepto-Bismol and I keep it beside me during the game because I'm going to need it the whole game. But I take them because all they do is they find a way to not win but cover the spread, right? And there's always those 1 or 2 teams that you want to take, and you're gonna say, you know what, I'm going against every fiber in my body to take this team, but I got to do it because it's just something's drawing me to take that team all the time, right? It's it's like Seinfeld, whatever everybody else doing, do the opposite, and that for some reason It works on some teams, right? But sometimes in sports betting, you're going to make picks against your own judgment, against common sense. And at the end of the day, hopefully it works out for you. All right, I lost my parlay on the under in the Rangers-Islanders game. Yeah, betting those rivalry games, anytime you bet a game like, say, Islanders, Rangers, Montreal, Toronto, those big rivalry games, though there's so much emotions involved because, when you handicap, here's the thing. How many times do we handicap a game? During the day, it's all quiet and all that, and, you're handicapping. But what you don't realize is the anticipation to the game time, right? You get to, you turn on the TV and all of a sudden there's, they're honoring a former captain, and then they're showing on the floor, oh, there's Spike Lee and there's Will Ferrell, and it's like, oh my God, look at the energy in that building, man. I didn't. Where was that on my analytics when I was handicapping? I didn't see that on my spreadsheets that all this extracurricular stuff was going to be there to handicap, right? And then especially those Islander games, the fan base, they just get absolutely, they love their hockey, they love their teams, and Rangers Islanders, right? And those are a really tough game to handicap because it's more emotions than anything. Those are tough ones to handicap. All right, let's get on with the let's do the NHL first, and then we'll get right to the games. All right, I'm going to use the hockeypicks.com today. I'm going to use Hockey Picks to do my picks on each game. And I encourage you guys to check it out, hockeypicks.com. And the people I follow, let me see, nobody's got their picks in yet, so I'll be leading the pack. All right, let's go to game number 1. We're going to look at Carolina against Florida, and I'm going to bring out just some things right here. All right, so I got a 57% chance of winning here on Florida, but I'm going to get my rain report. Hang on. I'm going to take a look at this. I know you guys can't see it, but I'm just going to say it for you guys. So Florida minus 115. They're 5-5 in their last 10, but I think they're coming off a long road trip, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're coming off a 4-game road trip. Carolina coming off a 3-1 loss to the Leafs, and Carolina, they do pretty good in Florida. I'm going to lean with the Canes in this one, not by much. 54%. I'm going to go Carolina 54%. Pittsburgh, Washington. You know what? Remember about 10 years ago when Ovechkin and Crosby were really the marquee players of the league? Now it's like senior hockey, right? Watching these guys with all the gray hair and everything. But it's still good hockey. Washington, though, coming off that big upset win the other day. Who did they beat? They won 5-4. Let me see. Who was that game again? I know it was 5-4. I just forget the team. I think it was Calgary. Or no, Edmonton. Yeah, that's right. The wrong team of Alberta. So they a 5-4 win over Edmonton. Is this a nice letdown spot? Pittsburgh's got Toronto on deck. Pittsburgh 6-4, and you got Tristan Jarry most likely in nets here for the. Let me check the starting goalies. Let me go to my lineup here, and let me go NHL, and let me just take a look right here. All right, let's go. Come on, work with me here. All right, there we go. Lineups. And Spence, no, that's wrong. Tristan Jarry, Darcy Kemp. So Kemper is confirmed for the Penguins. And let me see what his record is so far this year. Darcy, 4-5, not having a great. Probably wishing he was in Colorado right now. Hey, looking at those banners that they won last year. All right, I'm gonna go with the upset here. I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. Man, look at that, 4-8. Hey, Pittsburgh Penguins, 4-8, very 51%. Gonna stick with the dog theme right here with the week, right? And this is what I mean from him. Oh no, Pittsburgh's the favorite. All right, I'm still gonna go with them. I'm still going to take Pittsburgh, 53%. Montreal, Vancouver. And let me see the history between these two teams. When Vancouver was here in Ottawa last night. They won 6-4. Ottawa's a mess. Ottawa's just I think the coach is on the hot seat here. Vancouver 3-7. I'm going to go Montreal on this one. I like Montreal, 56%. And I'm going to go Minnesota over Anaheim. I'm going to take the Wild. They lost last night, so they're going to be a little bit hungry tonight. Let me see what their record is in the duck pond, on the duck pond. And let me check right now. Their record 8-2. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. All right, let's go 59%. Give me Minnesota. There's my picks today at hockeypicks.com. So, recap. Let me go to my following page right here. I'm taking Carolina against Florida. Pittsburgh over Washington, Montreal over the Habs, and I'm going to go the Wild over Anaheim. Let me see what you guys are saying right now. All right, lost my parlay. Lost last night on centers money line, but coach picked me back up with the LA Kings pick. I grabbed the money line before the game and live money line after second period. Pepto-Bismol was handy. Yeah. Oh no, some of these teams. This is what I mean. With the parity in sports right now, it's just absolutely crazy. All right, so I'm gonna use the. I'm gonna look at the NBA right now, and I'm gonna bring up my sheet. And I'm gonna use the ATS calculator for NBA. I'm gonna write down these numbers. So I'm gonna use. Let's go NBA. Now, according to my, I'm going to give you guys the one. I don't think you guys can see this because for some reason, a pop-up like I'll show you in a minute here. Before instead of me explain it, I'll just show it to you. Dallas against Orlando is the first game. So let me do this. Survey says, all right. So I got Dallas winning tonight by 10.69. So what I'm looking at, I don't know if you guys can see it right now. It's your ATS result has the away team winning by 10.69. The over/under at 221.45. 221.45. So we do like it to go over the total. And yeah, I don't think you guys can see it. Yeah, because the banner's in the way. So you just got to trust me on this. All right. So up here, you see this, the Ron Raymond's ranking for NBA. And when I pull down this menu, you can't see it. I don't think you can see it in the, let me just pull, no, I don't think you can see it. I'm looking at the replay. Yeah, for some reason it doesn't show the pop-up. So what it is, I have my top, middle, and top and bottom ranked team. Here's the top 10 teams that I have here at ATS Calculator. Number 1, Cleveland with a rating of 10.9. Phoenix with a rating 8.9. Milwaukee. Utah number 4, Dallas number 5, Toronto number 6, New Orleans number 7, Boston 8, Atlanta 9, Denver 10. So top 5: Cleveland, Phoenix, Milwaukee, Utah, Dallas. Your top 5, and your bottom 5 or your bottom 10: Sacramento, Golden State. Minus 3.37, not a good rating. LA Clippers, Washington, Orlando, Charlotte, Houston, San Antonio, even though they had a good start, not Lakers and Detroit. And if you want to see that ranking, this is a good ranking because what it is, it's not a ranking about the situational handicapping. It's purely analytical. It's all about the numbers, right? And this is why when I handicap, and I tell you guys all the time, you got to have a philosophy, right? Mine is analytics, situational handicapping, gut reaction, sports scouting, or your eyes are your prize, like just general knowledge of what you believe sports is, right? I think it's a good one for analytics. All right, so we got Dallas winning by 10 tonight. Let's take a look at Denver. Let's go Denver against Indiana Pacers. Survey says we got the away team, so we got Denver winning by 8.3. The over/under at 230.6. So we do like it to go under the total. Then we do have Denver winning and covering. So Denver winning and covering. Portland 7-3. Portland taking on the Charlotte Hornets. So Portland, and it looks like Damian Lillard will be a game time decision tonight. Charlotte. Survey says we have Portland winning by 4.4. So we got them winning, not covering, and 221.88. So we do have this game going over the total, and I'll keep an eye on both for tomorrow to let you guys know how it does. And oh yeah, somebody asked me a question about the last. Yeah, remember somebody asked me. I got thrown off by my rant. Sorry about that. Let me go to the last 100. So somebody was asking me how the computer picks have been doing in the NBA. If you go to the dashboard, handicapping tools, go to NBA. There it is. So forecast, not bad, 66%. Not good on the forecast here, like against the point spread. And the over-under, 46%. But straight up forecast, straight cash, homie. Right there. Hey, wrong one.
Straight cash, homie.
Yeah, so the straight up forecast has been pretty good. All right, let's get back to the game here. Let's go Houston. Houston, we have a problem. Let me see. Houston, where are you? Houston against Toronto. The Raptors. This is a big line. -9.5 is the line here tonight against the Rockets. I got a one. Okay, let me see what the forecast says. We have Toronto winning by 11.43. Over under at 225.21. All right, reset. Let me see here. I like the under in the Dallas Magic game, says Who's Mizzou. Last total was set at 212 and 219, now 214. I'm here late. How about them pearls, baby? OG Wheats in the house. Good morning, OG. And let's take a look at the next game. We got New York. You got the New York Knicks taking on. Where's New York? There it is. New York taking on Brooklyn. Oh, the battle of New York right here. Or no, yeah. All right, I was thinking of the New Jersey Nets back in the day. All right, let me see here. The Brooklyn, where's Brooklyn? There it is. Survey says home team 0.87 for Brooklyn, 0.87, 222.43, and the total's 222.5. So we have it a hair going under the total, and we do have a New York team who is 2-4. No, sorry, 2-3 on the road, where Brooklyn is 2-4. Neutral 12 days, New York. Neutral 4 days for the Brooklyn Nets. All right, let me see here. Let's go to the next game. Detroit. Let's go the Pistons. Dwayne Casey against the Boston Celtics. Boston off that big win over Memphis. And we do have Boston winning by 13.72, 223.47. So we do have that game going under the total tonight. Reset that. Let's do Utah against Atlanta. Now, Atlanta beat Milwaukee without Trae Young in the lineup the other night. That was pretty impressive. We'll see if game time decision tonight. Utah 3.02. I do like Utah tonight. 227. Uncomfortable pick time. I do like Utah here tonight. And yeah, so those are the games going this evening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. Is that not just 7 games? I thought there was more games than that. Hang on here. Oh, no. Yeah, there we go. I thought so. Yeah, here we go. Page 2. Hey, I was like, man, I thought there was more than that. Yeah, Milwaukee taking on Oklahoma. The Bucks stops here. Milwaukee taking on Oklahoma. We'll see if the Bucks go on a losing streak now. Hey, normally teams that go on a big win streak tend to go the other way for a while. Let's see if that happens tonight. And that game will be in Oklahoma. And survey says we have the Bucks winning by 10.85. But this is where I talk about market psychology, right? The Bucks, well, you know, Giannis and, you know, high profile team, you know, they've won a championship the last couple of years. So the Bucks will always be overvalued when it comes to market psychology. All right, let's take a look at the next game. We'll look at Phoenix and CP3. It looks like we'll game time decision tonight. And Phoenix taking on the T-Wolves, Minnesota, right here. Survey says Minnesota 5-6 on the year, while Phoenix 7-3. So Minnesota really, you know, getting Gobert and all that, not really paying. It's like the Sens not paying off right now. We got Phoenix winning by 7.57 and 221.68. So we do like it to go under the total. And Phoenix on the road, they only play 3 games. They're 1-2 on the road, while Minnesota 4-4 at home. All right, next game we got Memphis taking on San Antonio. Memphis taking on the Spurs. Let's go here. Survey says. And we do have the away team, Memphis, winning by 8.42 and 228.56. So we do like it to go under the total. And a 54% chance of winning on the percentage play, favoring the Memphis Grizzlies. And, you know, the Spurs, well,
Struggling.
Yeah, they're struggling these days after that hot start. New Orleans taking on, where's the Chicago Bulls? Your Chicago Bulls. All right, let's go here. Scroll down. We got New Orleans winning 3.3 to 226.52. So we do like it to go under the total. 81.8% chance of winning on the Bulls, according to the Raymond Report numbers game right there. That's a high percentage. 45% for the not the Saints, but the Pelicans. Wow. Yeah, that's a high percentage for a team that's an underdog of 1.5. Interesting. I might have to take a quick look at that B-type team. That's what makes me happy. Maybe the Bulls might be a nice play here tonight. All right, the Lala Lakers taking on the Lala Clippers, and the Battle of Lala right there. And we do have the Clippers winning tonight, 3.08 to 221.4. So we do like it to go over the total. And the Clippers, Lakers playing a little bit better basketball these days. In fact, let me go check out the. I want to see the history between these two. It's when I look at this, home and away record, it really doesn't matter. It's the same building. Okay, it's like okay, you're just on this bench now, not on that bench. Let me see, Lakers, Clippers. Where is it? There it is. All right, so this line. Let's see what the bookmakers have right now. Clippers, -3. So the line has come down. Lakers on a 3-game losing streak, losing their last game to the Jazz. Lost to the Cavaliers, lost to the Jazz twice. Yeah, they beat the Pelicans on November 2nd, but it's all downhill after that. And the Clippers 8-2 straight up in their last 10. Yeah, I got to lean Clippers in this one. And the final game on the board this evening, Cleveland. Lakers is my uncomfortable pick. Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah, you like the Lakers? Okay, good luck, Rui. Cleveland taking on the Sacramento Kings. Survey says away team 11. Wow. Yeah. Cleveland's on the ATS calculator. Cleveland's our highest rated team analytically, 222.64. What's the money line on that? Let me take a look at the money line. -190. Yeah, might look at it. We're in a favorite environment, macro environment, right? All right, so so not bad. It's there you have it. That is
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Yeah, don't forget. Oh yeah, so here I'm gonna make my picks right now at bballpicks.com, and I'm gonna use the calculator as my influencer. Dallas, Orlando. Now the thing I like about b-ball, it's all about straight up factors. There's no spread, right? So Charlotte against Portland. I'm gonna lean Portland in this one. I'm gonna go 55%. The Denver Nuggets taking on the Pacers. I'm gonna have to lean with Denver here to win. And this is all straight up, right? I'm gonna go 55%. Dallas, Orlando. Yeah, I like Dallas here, 64%. I'm gonna go Raptors. Yeah, Raptors big, 72. I'm going to go, Brooklyn. I'm going to go 52% Brooklyn. I'm going to take Boston at 65%. I'm going to go Utah. 56%. I'm taking the Bulls. I like the Bulls in an upset. I'm going to go 55%. Phoenix, Minnesota. I'm going to take Phoenix at 59% to win straight up. I'm going to... Boy, like I said, teams that go on a long win streak and then as soon as they lose, they can lose a couple, right? But, it's just tough to go against. You know what? What the hell? I'm going to go 53% OKC. Sometimes you just got to take a shot, right? Uncomfortable pick, right, Rui? That's my uncomfortable pick tonight. Let me see. Before I do that, let me see the injury report, OKC. Let me do this. NBA. Let me check that injury report for that game. Milwaukee. All right, pretty good for OKC. Antetokounmpo, Holiday game time decision. So a lot of game time decision for Milwaukee. So yeah, I do like that pick. I do like OKC plus the points, and I like them to win straight up. Memphis, San Antonio. I'm gonna go 55 with the Spurs. I'm gonna go Clippers. I'm going against you, Rui, and I'm gonna take the Cavaliers 59%. Slam dunk save. And those are my picks right here at the bballpicks.com website. Check it out, bballpicks.com. Make your picks. Follow my picks. I'll follow your picks. And anybody who signs up, I'll follow your picks. And this way we could exchange selections and build a consensus, right? Because once you click on following, you can see I'm following Nyril right here, Nyril24, who's been pretty good. And what you do is you see my selections, and then I will follow you back, and then we can build a consensus of all our picks. All right, now we'll talk about practice, right, Alan? Let's get to the practice.
We talking about practice, not a game. We talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that?
not silly at all, because we are talking about not practice, but we are talking about the 50 winning NBA betting tips that you can get each and every day. This is a new thing that I started about 2 weeks ago. I take the top NBA trends and I post the top 50, or depending on how many games, since there's a lot of games in the NBA, I take the 50 best trends that we have here at the website and I post them for you guys to come and see each and every day. Go to the website, atsstats.com, look for Luka today, look for the picture of Luka, click on it, and you'll get stats like this. The Dallas Mavericks 21-1 as a 7 to 9.5 away favorite, coming off an under since 1996. The Boston Celtics 14-1 as a 10 or more home favorite, coming off a Western Conference opponent. I do like the Celtics here tonight. Also the Celtics, yeah, we got a couple of good stats right there. The Raptors 11-1 as a 7 to 9.5 home favorite versus Southwest Division opponent the last 6 years. The Suns 11-1 as a pick to -3 away favorite, coming off a loss the last 10 years. And let me go. Here's a mic drop for you guys. The Thunder, hey, Thunder run. Where's my the Thunder? Are 10-1-0 against the point spread as a 3.5, 6.5 home dog in the month of November, the last 10 years. And you can get all the top 50 winning NBA betting tips for November 9th, Wacky Wednesday. And the Mavericks here have a great 95.4 betting angle. I just gave it to you right there. And you can get that each and every day by going to the website, atsstats.com. And again, take advantage of our 25% sale. Put ATS25, that's all uppercase, ATS25, no spaces, and get 25% off your next membership right here at atsstats.com. Let's take a look at the top NHL stats for tonight. And I got 20 NHL winning stats for you guys. There's old Cole Caulfield. I'll tell you, Mats Naslund, they needed to change his number to 26. This is the new Mats Naslund in Montreal. This kid is dynamite. He's awesome. And you know what? He's got an infectious smile, and he's just, everybody loves the guy. He's just a great, he looks like a real, they got a great, with him and Suzuki, a good 1-2 punch. All right, there's the Habs tonight. They are 9-1 ATS as a home dog versus Northwest Division opponents the last 3 years. The Florida Panthers 17-2 as a home favorite versus conference opponent the last 2 seasons. The under 2-4 for the Habs on a Wacky Wednesday. Capitals on the puck line 13-2 ATS as a home underdog after a non-division game the last 4 years. And let me go to my old 80% club stats. I love the old ones for hockey. I got some good ones here. Let me see if I got any good ones today. And let me see here. Look at that. Florida, as a home favorite last 2 years, scored 5 or more goals last game. 25-3. Wow, the Panthers, maybe I'm on the wrong side there. I took Carolina, but hey, card laid, card played. Can't, it's like poker. Pittsburgh in the under. Anytime the Pens are a road favorite last 2 years, coming off a Western Conference opponent, and they allowed 3 or more goals against. 8-2 to the under. So there you have it. Those are, oh, look at this one. Washington as a home team, total 6.5 after a non-conference game, 19-3. Yeah, well, that's a really good stat right there. All right, so there you have it. Those are your 80% club stats here today, courtesy of atsstats.com. It's a Maine's World, says 8-2 ATS versus 6-4 ATS this season. Did I miss something here? OKC cover machine, so is the Bucks. Wait till OKC gets a few healthy bodies back. And 8 ATS versus 6-4 ATS. I guess you're talking about the Bucks and the Thunder there. It's a Maine's World. I think that's what you're talking about. All right, folks, that's a wrap, as they say. That's a wrap for a Wacky Wednesday. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I know a little heavy there at the beginning about money management and the markets, but you know what? That's what you guys signed up for, and you can watch the show, right? It's you just never know what you're gonna see. Don't forget, you can also check out my quarterback website, capitalqbs.com. If you have young quarterbacks and want to learn more about the position, check it out, capitalqbs.com. All right, folks, have yourself a great rest of your Wacky Wednesday. I'll be back here on a Thursday with Ross the Boss Benjamin. Yeah, Ross the Boss will be joining me tomorrow on the Thursday show, Thursdays, and we'll see if we can get Ross all fired up there on the Thursday. In the meantime, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back here tomorrow with another edition of the Raymond Report. Harry Carey, yeah, you got one job.
Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball.
To be the man, you've got to beat the man.
Joe owned the Chiefs.
Owns
I don't know.
Struggling.
Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
Straight cash, homie.
Holy cow!
It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
What the hell's going on out here?
Woo! If you smell what the rock is cooking.
That's the bottom line, cause Stone Cold said so.
Let's go to eat a goddamn snack.
Yeah, baby.
Playoffs?